to either.
I only mean if you were married and somebody died, then you could get married again.
If they was carried off by crocodiles, so to say. Yes, if you wanted to, you could do that. Why'd you ask, Davy?
Oh, no reason really.
Is it because of the gentleman who takes his hat off to your mamma? Why don't you read me some more about the crocodiles, Davy? Just in case they was ever to bring their big mouths and their big teeth round these parts.
All right. This fearsome creature does not eat its prey at once, but worries it to death.
Perhaps
Carries it
then
away to its lair.
he begins to realise that he who tells the tale can make the listener believe whatever he wants.
Mamma, where do swallows go in the winter?
I'm sure I don't know, Davy. Perhaps we could find a book which would tell us all about it.
But I want to know now, Mamma. Not when we can find a book. And anyway, what book?
An encyclopedia, I should think.
Oh, Mr. Murdstone, you gave me such a fright.
Such a pretty fright, Mrs. Copperfield.
What encyclopedia?
Oh, I didn't mean to blame you, sir.
What encyclopedia? Have you got an encyclopedia?
This is your son, I see, Mrs. Copperfield.
Do you know where swallows go in the winter? Do you know my mamma? Who are you?
This is Mr. Murdstone, David. He is a friend of mine.
You do me a very great honour, Clara, my dear. May I kiss your hand?
How are you a friend of my mamma? I don't know you.
But then, my young princeling, there are a great many things you do not know. For instance, where swallows go in the winter. But if you and I can become friends, then perhaps we might find out together.
Shake hands with Mr. Murdstone, David.
I don't want to.
David!
Think nothing of it, Clara. I do not, for I think only...
Have you got an encyclopedia?
David, do be quiet.
I must leave you, Clara. I have business. I hope you and I will become friends, young man. I am your devoted servant, Mrs. Copperfield.
And I yours, Mr. Murdstone.
I don't like him.
I think Mr. Murdstone is a very proper gentleman, Davy. And if I like him, then I hope you can like him too.
I don't like the way he kissed your hand. He shouldn't.
He should do whatever he wishes. He's a very firm man, and sometimes I think we could all use a little more firmness in our lives. Good afternoon, Peggotty.
Afternoon, ma'am. Hope you had a pleasant walk.
Very pleasant. Thank you, Peggotty.
Meeting a stranger makes for an agreeable change, I expect.
Very agreeable, thank you, Peggotty. And Mr. Murdstone is hardly a stranger.
Hardly a friend, neither, ma'am.
He didn't know where swallows go in the winter. And I don't like him at all. He said Mamma was bewitching.
Sometimes I wish people would let me go my own way without thinking they know better all the time.
I'm sure I don't think so. It's in my place to say such things.
No, it isn't. Perhaps you might put the kettle on, Peggotty, so we could have some tea. I mean, what am I to do if people happen to think I am bewitching? That I'm not some ancient... David, I'm 27, for the Lord's sake. I'm not an old woman.
What? Mamma, what is it? What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Come on. Let us go in to tea, or Peggotty will find something else to moan about.
What's for supper, Peggotty?
What's your favourite, Davy? Wait and see.
You always say that.
Well, here's something I don't always say. Would you like to go along with me, spend a holiday at my brother's in Yarmouth?
Is he nice?
Oh, very nice. There's sea and chips and fish and ham.
Fish and ham?
My nephew Ham. As nice a feller as was ever... Well, I bet your mamma would let you go if you used to ask her.
But what would she do, Peggotty? She can't live by herself.
Oh, I'm sure she'll find something to keep herself busy.
How will we get there?
By carrier's cart to the town, then it's just a hop to the beach where Mr. P has his home.
He has a home on the beach.
So you might say.
But there's Mamma. I'll ask her, Peggotty. I'll ask her now. Mamma, may I go to Yarmouth with Peggotty? May I, please, may I?
A few days later, David finds himself sitting beside Peggotty and also beside himself with impatience for the journey to be over.
It could be a sandcastle or a bathing hut, a huge bathing hut, or a... Is that man a sailor, Peggotty?
Why, he's a fisherman. But over there, that's a sailor. See how he walks, rolling along like he's still at sea.
How long before we get there?
You must have asked that question a dozen times.
Well, how long?
No time at all.
That's what you said half an hour ago.
This time's the solid truth. We're there.
Where? I mean, where? Where is his house, then?
Right there. In front of you.
I can't see it.
Can't